So welcome to the Sound Bath, Jeanjenie. It's lovely to have you here. And it was fantastic to share this amazing experience with you in Helsinki, because of course we went together and we had this amazing experience there. But as I understand it, this was the first time that you've actually seen Adam doing a show, one of his shows, live. I know you saw the Queen ones and stuff, but this is the first time you actually saw him live doing one of his shows properly.
Yeah, and the first time seeing an audience that were there solely for him in regards. So I was really interested in what the audience's reactions were to him, you know, surrounding me, because we managed to get, as you know, right up near the front, about 10 people back rows, so we had a very good view. But the audience's reaction to him was absolutely amazing, and watching people around me, how they were engaged. And just like, there was adoration there, but there was also complete awe for what he was doing, like unbelievable kind of, you know, not quite believing what they saw in a way or heard, you know. So that reaction was almost as equally as powerful, I think, you know. But it was a reaction to Adam. So, but the first thing, of course, I noticed is when he came on stage was that just that whole, he's just a magnet, really. You know, there's this kind of energy coming from like some sort of magnetic field. It's all it's how I can best explain it. And it's so powerful, and to the point where you're really not engaged with anybody else, watching anybody else on stage, or, you know, it's all attention's on him, really. And, you know, this show was really simple, and I know I didn't see Glam Nation, and I know that he had a lot more there were sort of trimmings and, you know, the props and a bit more of a set or whatever, and I've seen the DVD, but this one was much more simplified. The lighting was great, but, you know, he doesn't need all those kind of trimmings and sets, right? I mean, that's, you know, and I kind of go, in my mind, a kind of real strong performer, entertainer doesn't need that, and can just work individually what they've got, you know, what God has given them, so to speak. And you know, that became relevant. I didn't miss or need, you know, props and sets or big fancy sort of, you know, Lady Gaga style. Yeah
I agree.
And of course his voice, you know, there's no denying it sounds, I mean, it's amazing, whatever, but just live, the power is just really mind-blowing. So I had a great time, and as you know, it went so quick, and I just could have easily, I think each time, if, you know, I could easily have seen it again, and we wish we'd gone to St. Petersburg or whatever, and we will see him again, but he met every expectation. So yeah, it was just fantastic, and it was electrifying, the whole atmosphere. Yeah, I think things are slowly, even, you know, it's been a slow progress for him in some ways, but in other ways it's still growing. I can feel the momentum growing. It's not going, nobody's going anywhere. People, once they become fans, that's it.
I agree. I absolutely agree with you. Definitely.
Yeah, and
you get hooked by him.
Yeah, he's not a quick fix, and I think that's going to be to his advantage in a kind of strategic sense. So I have no fears about his career or whatever. I think, you know, he's a strong live performer, and at the end of the day he's got that to fall back on, even if the big, you know, the radio hits don't necessarily come. But I feel he's going in the right direction, and the Finnish audience, you know, have kind of proved that. I mean, there was 11,000 people have come to see. It was huge. I don't know what the numbers were at Glam Nation with different venues. I know it varied.
It did vary, but it was, I mean, he did have quite good numbers, but it wasn't an arena like this.
No. And it's just powerful, because I've seen him at Heaven, right, and he just did 5 tracks, and as I say, not everyone there was there for him, and so I've seen him right up close doing that, and he, at that level, he entertains, but he can also fill the arena. Just this one man that can fill this arena.
It's amazing, right?
It is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even Mick Jagger had his Rolling Stones band, you know. There's very few artists that could fill a whole arena like him. Even David Bowie had problems.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he talked about his whole Phil Collins years, you know, being the Glass Spider Tour and, you know, the Serious Moonlighters, not being the ones he felt the most comfortable in, doing these huge big, it's a very 80s thing, wasn't it, doing these huge big auditorium, and he didn't feel, and he was good, he carried it up. Well, actually, the Glass Spider Tour, I think, you know, didn't work so well for him, even Bowie, but, you know, I could see Adam filling those kind of stages, because that's the kind of performer he is, so he can do both.
Yeah,
he's so versatile. He's that kind of performer. He can adapt. He's that chameleon, and that's what, you know, I love about him. But I was thinking about the tour, the Helsinki gig, this trespassing tour, or it's the non-tour tour, whatever it's called. He there's not one Duff song. I mean, same as the album, right? I mean, we all have our favourites, but I was listening to it a lot the other day when I was doing my DIY. There's not one Duff song. I mean, there's not one weak song.
Yeah, that's true.
And so creatively, the songs he's coming up with, the written material, it's good. I mean, it's growing, you know,
and he'll get better he's doing it more and more.
I agree. He'll get better. He'll find his own way through it as well, you know, not just relying on co-writers and whatever, but the same in your entertainment. There's not one track that I think is weak.
That's true. I agree with you, absolutely. And that's what was amazing to me with For Your Entertainment, and even more astonishing on Trespassing again, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it'll happen like that always with Adam's albums, because he seems to want to also make music that he likes to listen to. So he doesn't want to listen to Duff music, I suppose.
But he's got, I mean, not only has he got a good ear for, you know, and how his vocals himself, how he sings, whatever, he has a good ear for what works, you know, on a track or whatever, what works.
I was going to say to you, if you could give him a message,
gosh,
what would you say?
Just keep doing what you're doing, Adam. I mean, it's all perfect, you know, it's growing, and don't change. I know he won't anyway. I know you won't anyway. But, you know, that's what he's loved for, and doing his own thing. He's finding his own path. And that's seems cliche, but yeah. Apart from that, you know, I love you. We all love you.
Great. Well, thank you ever so much. That's fantastic, and I hope you'll come back to the Sound Bath at some point and talk to us again.
I'd love to. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.